Good day, everyone. Here is my Zumo XT unboxing. It came in this package here, which looks like it went through a rock tumbler. However, the unit did arrive in fairly good shape. So anyway, this is the 5.5 inch version. Now these are not, well, I guess it's all relative. They're fairly expensive. I consider this expensive, but just a little quick overview. So this one has a 5.5 inch screen, which is nice. Now this IPX7 rating, or water rating, basically they say that it can stay underwater up to a meter for 30 minutes, but you know, there's some variables on that. I'll probably touch that really quick once I get this out of the box to show you. It's glove friendly apparently, so you can have your gloves on. It will work in both portrait and landscape, which is nice. So it's kind of like your phone. However you move it, it will adjust itself. And you know, there's features where you can integrate this with your smartphone, you know, for music and stuff. Like it has the red light, speed camera information, preloaded with all the maps that you need. Well, this is for North America anyway, so roads and topography. Bird's eye satellite image, I don't know a lot about that, but I did a little bit of reading, and basically that's a situation. There's some add-on external software, etc., where you can zoom in on areas and then upload that image into the GPS. I think that's a pretty cool thing, so that you can go out into the wilderness and you could have some preset areas to zoom in on. Easy sharing, so you can share like routes and tracks and stuff with other people, other users. That's kind of nice. I guess a history database where there's select points of interest, give you some information on them, stuff like that. And there's a few other things, you know, where there's campgrounds and parks and stuff like that. All good. So that's kind of like the basic stuff. What else here? Rider safety. There's rider alerts. Hands-free calling, again, if you have a smartphone or whatever. Bluetooth enabled, basically you can do stuff. And it has automatic incident notifications. Now, I've been trying to figure out how that works. I'm not sure what the parameters are for that to go off, but in theory it will send a notification. If you know someone, you can set them up, let them know if something happens, but I don't know how that works and how it's triggered. And then it also says it pairs with a inReach satellite communicator. Now that's a different device that you have to buy. They are quite expensive, and basically it can be anywhere if you're out of cell phone reach and stuff like that, that you can send out. Basically it's like an emergency locator device, which will go up to the satellite, and I mean, if there's some serious trouble, it will notify whoever needs to be notified, and you know, hopefully they're going to come and rescue you, kind of idea. So let's get this out of the box. So this is the unit here. The first thing I noticed, it feels good. There seems to be some, like, it's not plasticky. There's a little bit, well, it's plastic, but it feels like there's some rubberization on it, so that's really good. You know that waterproof setting? I know there's some, there's a USB connector there, and there's a micro SD card slot there. Now, for it to be actual waterproof, these need to be closed. And this port here for the USB, I believe that can be used both for power and data in certain circumstances. So if you're using this in an application where you have this open, well, it's no longer waterproof, so it has to be on the proper mount. So that's just something to pay attention to, and you have to make sure these are really closed well. Otherwise, not waterproof at all. So let's just set that there. Okay, standard manual stuff. This is the USB for the unit. Now, when it's mounted on a motorcycle, you're not using this normally. There's a mounting system for it and a power system. And I know a lot of people have complained about, this is pretty much like an old style USB is it a mini, micro? I'm not sure. Mini, just a standard USB. And some people are complaining, like, why would you do that? Now, I don't really mind this because the other option is, this is not for it, but just as an example, these little micro ones, I've had nothing but trouble with these damaging the device that it's going in. So this is a little bit more robust. That's all fine and dandy. But of course, in my mind, the standard, like the Apple product, these ones are great. They don't seem to ever damage the input and stuff. But I've had many devices where, you know, plugging and unplugging has ended up damaging the product. But I don't know, minor thing. You're not going to use this very much. This GPS is fully Wi-Fi enabled, so you can do updates and stuff without actually plugging it into a computer. So let's get into the good stuff here. So this is basically the mounting kit to, you know, if you're on your motorcycle, ATV, any outdoor product. Basically, they want you to hook this directly to the battery. However, some people have made points where you probably want to hook this up to a position, you know, maybe it's within the ignition or whatever, where there's only power to this when the vehicle is running, whatever you're driving. There's merit in that because if the power is off, the power is off. With this, the power is always on. So something to think about, but it looks like they give you should be a reasonable amount of cable, some connectors for the batteries there, a little screwdriver. So there you go. Oh, here's the little screws and stuff. We'll get into that in a second. Of course, if you're putting this on a bike or an ATV, some tie wraps to manage your cables. Okay, and this would be the mount, part of the mounting system here for the GPS. So it's just, this stuff, I have to take this out of the bag here so you can see. So really, this is all designed for, you know, off-road vehicles, motorcycles. So it's designed, and it only comes with a mounting system for, you know, like a motorcycle or ATV type situation. I'm sure you can buy different things online. Here's the first piece. I'll explain this in a second. It's just a ball mount. And in this bag, okay, there's a clamp. And that clamp, I'm not going to take all this stuff out to show you, but so basically this is sort of like the main mounting point. So you'd get a handlebar with this groove, and this clamp would go in, and you can tighten it up, you know, to a handlebar. Pretty good. Comes with some rubber caps and stuff for the ends, for the screws and stuff. And then how that works, so this would be hooked onto here. Well, this is on your handlebars, hooked up to here. And then this would hook up to this mount here. This would be the mount for your GPS. So it's very adjustable. You'd have to do some fiddling around and get things set for you however you want it. And I'm just interested in how this would be the mount for the unit itself. Yeah, when you put this together, this cover here, just put this aside. Well, I'm gonna have to see how this thing goes on here. Okay, so that pushes down into place. It should snap in. Okay, yeah, it does snap in really well, actually, once you get it figured out. Then to remove it, you go like this. This cord believe you have to push it through. Oh yeah, okay, and then it's going to sit down in here. There's some little screws, one little screw there. And then once everything's, then this would mount to here, right? So now you have your system all ready to go. And then it's just simply hooking the unit onto here. So there's a little ridge here, fits down in there. The contacts will make contact. And there it snaps up, and it would be mounted at that point. So I don't know, I wish they had some sort of a locking device on here so you couldn't like easily remove it or verify it's locked on, but it seems pretty solid. I know one of the complaints that people have had, they'll be driving and they'll grab this thing like this and try to hold it, and they might hit this button and this thing will fly off. But yeah, I'm not going to worry about that now until I experience that. But basically that's what you get. You get all the hardware to at least get it going on the bike or whatever you choose. And on a side note, since it has some waterproof capability, I'd probably use this on a boat too, but depending where you put it, you might want to attach some sort of flotation device on it, because I have a feeling this doesn't float. But anyways, that's the rundown. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm going to make a whole bunch of videos about this. I'm not an expert on it, but I want to become an expert and show you all the features and stuff that you can do with this. As I said, there's external or third-party mapping programs and stuff, so and you can do some really cool things from what I've been reading. But really this was just an unboxing, just so you could see what it comes with. Has everything you need to get going anyway. And so we'll leave it there. Please like, subscribe, click the bell for notifications if you subscribe, because as I make new videos, I'll update this original video with links on each of the videos as I make new ones also. So you can come back for a reference later on if you decide to buy this down the road or something. Keep me in mind. Thanks for watching. Take care.